And now I'm very excited to introduce our student speaker, Mr. Samrat Jha, who was born in the tiny village of Shishut, Nepal, and was raised in the capital city of Kathmandu, Nepal. Mr. Jha acquired a passion for learning and at a very young age and enrolled in a wide variety of classes early on. None were more impactful than a web development course that he took at the age of 11 years old. That web development course has shaped his learning experiences since. With Nepal recovering from a very bloody civil war, Mr. Jha's family immigrated to the United States under the Diversity Visa Lottery Program to escape the country's politically violent climate. He graduated with top honors from Paint Branch High School right up the street. That's right. Mr. Jha participated in our Entrepreneurship and Innovation Honors Program, where he co-founded his successful startup Pinpointer, a geolocation addressing app for developing countries. During his college career, he interned at Pegasus, a scientifically acclaimed LIGO project that was used to prove Einstein's gravitational waves theory. After graduation, he is very excited to begin working as a junior software engineer at Appian. Please join me in welcoming Samrat Jha.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samrat Jha, and I'm incredibly honored to stand before you today as the undergraduate commencement speaker for the Clark School of Engineering. Wow. Now, there are times I barely thought I'd graduate, let alone make it up here. So I want to start by thanking my family. They're up there somewhere, right there. Without you, I most definitely would not be here today. So it's as much your day as it is mine. I also want to thank everyone else's family and support system for getting you all here today, because without you all, I would be speaking to an empty stadium today. So thank you all for everything you've done. Come on. Now, all our paths that brought us here are wildly different, and so I cannot possibly make this speech applicable to everyone, but I do want to share 3 lessons that I learned on my life's journey here. 1 lesson I learned from experience, 1 I strive to learn every day, and 1 I learned from others. Lesson number 1, your circumstances don't determine where you can go, they only determine where you start. Now, 8 years ago, almost to this day, I was flying kites and playing soccer on ragged construction fields in the tiny country of Nepal where I grew up. If you had told me then that just a few years later, I would be standing before you all today talking about my life experiences, I would have laughed you out of the room. I was growing up at a time when my country was entrenched in a civil war, and I would wake up every day and check the news to see if the violence in the streets had gotten so bad that I wouldn't be able to go to school that day. I would run home from playing soccer in the streets at 4 p.m. every day to catch the episode of Pokemon, because we only got electricity for 4 hours a day, and that was my one chance to watch it. And when the lights went out at 8 p.m. every night, we would all be engulfed in a different kind of darkness. I was convinced this was how it was going to be forever, and today is unimaginable for 14-year-old me. I built a reality today that I couldn't even fathom a few years ago by just striving to not let where I started yesterday determine where I am today. And who you are today isn't who you need to be tomorrow. So if you don't have everything figured out right now, or you don't know where you're going next, I'm here to tell you that that's okay. Just keep doing everything you can to shape a better tomorrow. Nepal today is a safe, vibrant, and beautiful place beyond my wildest imagination when I moved here all those years ago. Greatness was in store for Nepal. Greatness was in store for me, and believe me, greatness is in store for you. You just may not be able to see it yet. Lesson number 2, always have a dream to chase. Today, standing before you all is a dream come true for me, and yet I don't quite feel content. There's a nagging voice in my head that's always stayed with me, that always goes, congratulations, that's one dream down. What are we achieving next? And this voice has given me something to chase every single moment of every single day, and so every dream I achieve just puts another one right in front of me, just out of reach. I'll never catch them all. But I'm just fine with that because it gives me something to keep on chasing. And speaking at commencement today is a memory I will cherish forever and a dream I have now realized, and yet the voice has already kicked in my head, urging me to begin on my journey into New York dreams. And I know this voice exists for us all, or we would not be here today. We would have stopped at high school graduation or have no plans for after college if we all didn't have a version of this voice pushing us to be more than what we are today. So let that voice push you forward, because no one changed the world by standing still. Lesson number 3, fail big. The very first time I sat through this lesson was when I was very young at my school in Nepal, and we had a guest speaker come in to talk about his experiences climbing Mount Everest. He had conquered the grandest mountain on earth at a tender age of 16 years old, becoming the youngest person in the world at the time to do so. He didn't start his speech with the story of that climb, though. He told us about the year before when he made that climb and failed. He got to within 1,000 feet of his dream summit and had to turn back because he was losing his fingers to frostbite. He barely mentioned his successful climb that day because what stuck with him the most was a burning desire to try again after he had dreamt big and failed big. That failure gave him everything he needed in life to continue succeeding, and he told us that it's okay to fall as long as you fall forward. And hearing about how his failure was critical to his success has always given me hope that every failure is bringing me one step closer to mine. What I learned from him that day is that you never know which attempt is going to get you to your summit until you step up and try again. So I urge you, class of 2018, to go out into the world, regardless of where it is you start in life, regardless of what success means to you, and regardless of what dream it is you are chasing, to fall forward when your frostbite knocks you down. And when you get back up, have the courage to stare at your mountain, make the climb, and reach for that summit again, because every winner is a loser that tried just one more time. Thank you, and congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay right there.
Thank you.
Stay right there. It's coming. Yeah. So Samrat, thank you for sharing your personal story. Thank you for honoring us with, your coming to University of Maryland and making it big and failing big. Was it an introduction to engineering design where you failed big?
Yes, that was my first experience.
So let's give him another round of applause. Great job. And let me just say this. Could your parents stand, your family stand? Thank you for immigrating to the United States. Thank you for sharing your son with us. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, we had 2 great speakers. Unbelievable.